Okay, in this presentation we're going to look at a probability question where we would use conditional probability, Bayes' rule, the law of total probability, stuff like that. Okay, so an insurance company calculates insurance premiums based on the age of the policyholder according to three age groups. So we have Group A, which consists of drivers younger than 22. Group B consists of drivers 22 to 33 years old. And Group C, which consists of drivers older than 33. So we'll assume that each group is mutually exclusive, and this accounts for all the three groups account for all possible drivers and age groups. Okay. Its portfolio consists of 10% Group A policyholders, the young policyholders, 38% Group B policyholders, and 52% Group C policyholders. Okay. Now, the probability of a claim in any 12-month period from a policyholder belonging to Group A, B, and C, respectively, is 13%, 3%, and 2%, respectively. Okay. So essentially what we're getting into here is the conditional probabilities of making a claim given that you're in one of these three groups. So we have two questions here. Calculate the probability that a randomly chosen policyholder from this portfolio will make a claim during the 12-month period. And the second question is, one of the policyholders has just made a claim. Calculate the probability that the policyholder is younger than 22 years old, which is to say it is in Group A, that policyholder. So let's start off here by just naming all of our groups. So we have our three age groups there, A, B, and C, that corresponds to each of the three age groups. And also what we're going to say, denote here is the event that a policyholder makes a claim. We are going to denote that F. Okay? So part A, calculate the probability that a randomly chosen policyholder from this portfolio will make a claim during this 12-month period. So what we're asked for here is the probability of making a claim, P of F. Okay? Now, using the rule of total probability, what we can say about that is that can be split up into three parts. The probability of making a claim and the claimant, the policyholder, being from Group A, likewise making a claim and being from Group B, and making a claim and being from age group C. This is total probability. This is essentially partitions that event up into three possible parts. Okay, so it's one of these three scenarios here. Okay, now using the conditional probability formula, I'm not going to demonstrate it in this case, but I have demonstrated in other videos. But what we can do is, using the conditional probability formula, rearranging the conditional probability formula, re-express that probability of F and A, we can re-express that as the probability of F given A times the probability of A. So that's just using the conditional probability rule. And we can do that for each of the other two there as well. Okay? Both of them. Okay, so we have three expressions here. Okay. Now, we are told let's go down here for a second. So we're told that the probability of being from A is 10%, from B is 38%, 0.38, and from C is 52%. And we were also told the conditional probability of making a claim given that you're in that group. So the probability of F given A, the probability that you made a claim given that you're in Group A, we saw that to be 13%. Likewise, the probability of making a claim given that you're in Group B, 3%, and 2% if you're in Group C making a claim. Okay, so essentially what we have to do is multiply these three expressions out and add them all up. Now, for the sake of time, I'll just give you the answer there. It is 0.0348, just 3.5% approximately, or 3.48%. Okay, so that's part A done. Okay, so the second part here is, I'll just scroll down now to the next part. So one of the company's policyholders has just made a claim. Calculate that the probability that the policyholder is younger than 22 years. Okay, so given that the person has made a claim, what is the probability that they are younger than 22? What is the probability that they're in Group A given that they have just made a claim? So it pays to be very particular here about thinking about what you've just been asked, what is the event that has been given, and what is the probability that you have to find out. Okay, so we are given the event that the policyholder has just made a claim, and what we are asked to do is calculate the probability that the policyholder is younger than 22 years. Policyholder is in Group A. So it just takes, it's worth a while, it's worth taking a few moments just to have a think about that. So what we're asked here is the probability of A given F, okay, and I'm missing a P here, but there we go. The probability of probability of F and A divided by the probability of F. We've just found that out there already. So this is the conditional probability formula here again. So we can express that the probability of F and A as probability of F given A times A, which we've actually just calculated in part A there. So it was 0.13 times 0.1, 0.13 times 0.1, okay. And we've just found the probability of F, the probability of making a claim, to be 0.0348. So essentially what we're going to do is divide one by the other, and we should get our answer there as 0.374, which is 34%. Okay, we'll leave it there.